Okay, so in ECC, we have seen a number of steps in asset accounting. But when it comes to the SAP S4 HANA, what are the major changes that we are going to observe when it comes to the, comparing with any ECC versions, and when it comes to the SAP S4 HANA versions, you will going to have a lot of major changes. Those changes are in ECC. We cannot update the new asset accounting. Why? Because whatever the general ledgers that we have, those are already assigned to the particular company code. But when it comes to the SAP S4 HANA, in new asset accounting, you should activate this new asset accounting. In particular SAP S4 HANA version, that new asset accounting should be in a preparation phase. That we can call it as an activate stage. So if that activate stage is not created or not activated, automatically when it comes to the fiscal year changes, carry forward balances changes and FAA underscore CMA things and all, you will not going to see anything. Why? Because company code should appear in the FAA underscore CMP, then only you can able to do the legacy data transfer. Why we are using this legacy data transfers? Why? Because whatever the assets that you have posted in previous fiscal years, and you should carry forward this balances to the next fiscal year. To do all these things, you will going to have legacy data transfer in transaction code FAA underscore CMP. And that would give you the main result. The main result is close to fiscal year. Okay, so without having all these points and all, you cannot even post one single asset, or you cannot even post a single asset depreciation, or you cannot even create the asset in SAP S4 HANA. So mandatory things are very, very important in SAP S4 HANA. When it comes to the interview point of view and all, they will going to ask you different types of questions on the new asset accounting, how you are going to activate these accounts and activate these asset accounting for the particular things. So first one is go up, ma'am, under this thing, go up. Under these steps, you can just put A, capital A, and give the capital sign on. No. This one is the first step only. Under the first steps, yes, under the steps, you can just put A, capital A. Or else click on the enter.
Vinay, 1 second.
Sure.
Hello. Okay.
Okay. So in the new asset accounting, you have to activate the new asset accounting. Okay, so that is the important in SAP S4 HANA version. And I mean, when it comes to the previous videos and all, I didn't discuss anything about the SAP S4 HANA new asset accounting activations and all. Okay, so those things are mandatory first of all. So for us, I mean, when it comes to the classic FI to AA, I mean, is no longer available. So you have to activate new asset accounting. But in SAP ECC, FI to AA is available. Okay, classic FI to AA is available. So, but when it comes to the SAP S4 HANA, so it is no longer available. So you have to activate the new asset accounting. So first point A is activate new asset accounting. Activate new asset. Activate new asset accounting. Asset accounting. Okay. Click on the enter, ma'am. I think so. What is this? Okay, no issue. So activate new asset accounting. Then next one is the major change it was happened in SAP S4 HANA was when it comes to the copy or delete chart of depreciation areas. Okay, I think so. Under this copy reference chart of depreciation, you can just put MM. Under the first point, you can just put any point A like this. Click on the enter. Okay. Now you have to assign the accounting principle with the help of leading ledger. With the help of, you have to assign the accounting principle. Assign the accounting principle with the leading ledger. Principle with the leading ledger. Okay. The next one is make sure that accounting principle is assigned to the leading ledger, and after that you have to check with second B point is accounting principle should be assigned. Accounting principle should be assigned for your company code. Accounting principle should be assigned for your company code in transaction code FINAC underscore ledger. In transaction code FINAC underscore ledger. Okay, just click the enter ma'am and give the space between the 1 and A also. Okay, good. So now we got some clarity on the particular asset accounting principles as well as the FINAC underscore ledgers. Okay, so I mean, if the accounting principle is not assigned to the particular leading ledger, and if you are facing different types of errors with the chart of depreciation, I mean book depreciations or tax depreciations and non-leading ledgers depreciations or anything. Okay, so when you are facing all these errors, and you should have one knowledge on the accounting principle, whether this accounting principle is assigned to the particular leading ledger or not. Okay, that is the thing. So I mean, accounting principle is assigned or not, how you can identify all these things. So we will going to have one path, right? Financial accounting, global settings, ledger, parallel accounting, define accounting principles, and assign accounting principles to ledger. Okay, that is another thing. I mean, when we move into this configurations, automatically we will going to see the things and all. Don't worry, but try to understand the major changes. I mean, that was happened in SAP S4 HANA. Okay, so that is the important thing right now we have. And the next one is, I mean, when it comes to this after the copy reference chart of depreciation and all, ma'am, you can just put the C point. You can just put the C point. So here specify transfer of APC values. Specify transfer of APC values. Those things are mandatory first of all. Okay, so specify transfer of APC values. Why we are using this APC values and all means, see here all of you, when you are having the legacy data transfer in SAP S/4HANA, you should specify the transfer of APC values. Okay, so in transaction code OABC, in transaction code OABC, and we should have all these values. Okay, in particular SAP systems. See, but when it comes to the I mean customized things and all, if the specify accounting things are not there in SAP S/4HANA, so you should customize those things. I mean, most probably you will going to have a lot of what we can say, statistical things or generic things we have in SAP S/4HANA, and you no need to do any customizations. Okay, regarding with the specified transfer of values and all, but you need to do the customization in FAA underscore CMP. That is the important thing right now we want to specify. Okay, so then next D point is specify transfer of depreciation terms. Specify transfer of depreciation terms using transaction code OABD. Specify transfer of depreciation terms using transaction code OABD. See why we are specifying the transfer of depreciation terms and on. Why? Because see, you are assigning the different types of chart of depreciation to your leading ledger as well as the accounting principle. Okay, you got my point, right? Then when you don't specify the transfer of depreciation terms, when it comes to the depreciation areas, okay, you cannot even post the single value of depreciation into the particular asset valuation. Okay, see, when it comes to the configurations and all, you will going to get a lot of things, but try to understand the concept of SAP S/4HANA new asset accounting. Okay, so that is the important thing right now we have. And the next one is if you have different types of vendors and those vendors are in different types of countries. Okay, so you should have one configuration, that is specify the use of parallel currencies. Then say E point is specify the use of parallel currencies. See, when you don't have the transaction code, you should remember the navigation path. Okay, navigation path is very much important more than the transaction code. Okay, so try to understand the point. And specify, can you come down, ma'am? Specify account determination is the one thing, and specify screen layout rules is same in ACC and as well as the SAP S/4HANA. And screen layout for asset master data and depreciation areas are same thing, I think so. And the most important thing that we have for the SAP asset accounting is number range interval for asset postings. Okay, so number range interval for asset postings are very important after the screen layout process. Okay, so that is the important thing, ma'am. After the 9th point, you can just put one A. That one is number range interval, or else define number range interval for asset posting. Define number range interval for asset posting. Define number range, not the range, that is number range interval for the asset account asset posting using transaction code AS08. Okay, and the next point here is document types with the number range that we have defined in new asset accounting for entry view in a ledger. Document types with number range for entry view in a ledger. For entry view in a ledger. And after that, define asset class is same in ECC as well as the SAP S/4HANA. And the integration of the GL accounts are very much important. I think so. And yes, ma'am, under this integration with the GL accounts, second one, ma'am. After the B point, you can just write down the C point also in SAP S/4HANA. Define a technical clearing account for integrated asset acquisition. Why I am defining the technical clearing account in SAP S/4HANA? Why I am not defining the technical clearing account in ECC? Why? Because all of you, in ECC, we do have one transaction code to carry forward the total balances to the next fiscal year. But when it comes to the SAP S/4HANA, it is not like that. OK, so you should have one proper accounts to carry forward the balances from one fiscal year to the next fiscal year. So to do all these things, you need to have technical clearing account for the particular new asset accounting. So to do the integration with FI. You got my point, right? So define technical clearing account for integrated asset acquisition using transaction code FS00. Same thing. And most important point here is all of you in real time, when it comes to the demo servers and all, you may have some awareness on the document splittings, that is technical things and on. I think so. You don't have much experience on the document splitting. Why? Because no one will going to work on the document splitting. So if it is, if it is related to the technical things and all, technical people will take care of all these things. But the way you are giving the guidance to the technical consultants are very, very important for the particular document splittings. OK, and document splitting configurations will be done by functional consultants only. But if the things are not appearing in your system, OK, and if the things doesn't work for a long time, so technical consultants peoples will be involved in your task. OK, you got the thing. The next one is when it comes to the real-time projects, real-time asset accounting implementations and all. OK, so don't deactivate the document splitting. Document splitting should be in an activate mode. It should not be in a deactivate mode. OK, so the D point is classify asset GL accounts for document splitting. Classify asset GL accounts for document splitting. Asset GL accounts for a document splitting using transaction code. See, no one, till now, no one has given the particular type of transaction code for the document splittings. OK, see, when you are in a real time, you will going to know different types of things like a difference between ECC and SAP S/4HANA. You will going to have a lot of points. OK, don't worry. So in the classify asset GL accounts for document splitting using transaction code GSP underscore LZ2. OK, underscore LZ2. So this is the transaction code for the document splittings to classify the accounts for the particular company code. OK, so that is the major important thing right now we have in SAP ECC as well as the SAP S/4HANA. Okay. And what is the next major change that we have? Technical clearing. Okay, good. So all of you try to understand the point. You are defining the what is the thing? Technical clearing account, right? So when you're defining the technical clearing account in SAP S/4HANA, okay, and you need to assign this GL account, right? Okay, so you have to assign the GL accounts to the particular what we can say a chart of accounts first of all. Okay, so you have to have the this thing like technical clearing accounts, creation of these things and all, and you need to assign a technical clearing account to the particular chart of accounts. Okay, so that is the important thing right now we have. And then next one is configuration. Okay. Okay, then next one. And after the assign input taxes, specify rules are there. Okay, good. What we need to do is, ma'am, go up, ma'am. Go. Ma'am, here we will have the, what is the thing? Check assign tax codes or non-taxable acquisition. Under this thing, you can just write down one point. A point is specify financial statement version. Specify financial. Specify financial statement version for asset reports. Specify financial statement version for asset reports. For asset reports using transaction code. Using transaction code OAYN. Using transaction code OAYN. Okay, you got my point, right? Specify posting key for asset postings and document type for depreciation postings. I will show you the things and on. And the next one is after this document splittings. Can you come down, ma'am? After this technical clearing account, yes. After this classify asset GL accounts for document splitting. After this thing, E point is activate segment reporting. Okay, activate segment reporting. See, if you have cost centers for the particular assets, if you have profit centers for the particular assets and on, so you should have the configuration that is activate segment reporting. Okay, then next one, maintain depreciation keys and calculation methods are same, and depreciation areas are same. Okay, I think so everything is fine. Then next one is after the determine depreciation areas in the asset class. I mean after the OAYZ, ma'am, go up. After the OAYZ, you can just put one point, ma'am. Define transaction types. Define transaction types for, see, you do have different types of transaction types, right, ma'am? I mean, when you are acquiring the asset from the particular vendor, you will going to have transaction type, and where you can define the transaction type, where you can do the customizations and all. In SAP S/4HANA, this is very, very important. All of you try to understand the point. Define transaction types for acquisition, acquisition, retirement, transfer, retirement, transfer, configuration. It is not a configuration. Transaction codes are. Transaction codes are. Transaction codes are. First transaction for acquisition is AO73. AO73, comma, AO75, AO76. These are very, very important, all of you. Okay, now, yes, Deepa ma'am, you have seen the report, right? I mean, Asset Explorer reports, and when you are acquiring the assets from the particular vendor, you have seen the different types of balances in ECC, right? And when it comes to the SAP S4 HANA, same thing you will going to see. But how these things are generated? Do you have any idea? So in interview, they will going to ask you this question. How you are generating these types of reports for the asset history? So they will going to ask you the questions like this. So for that particular thing, we will going to have one configuration under this define transaction types for acquisitions. Okay, put B also. So here assign form for asset history sheet. Assign form for asset history sheet. Assign form for asset history sheet using transaction code OAAY. Using transaction code OAAY. Okay, good. Then next one. After this, specify intervals and posting rules. Define multi-level. Yes, ma'am. After this, specify intervals and posting rules. After the OA via transaction code, you can just put one point. Asset balance carry forward to the current year. Asset balance carry forward. Asset balance carry forward to the current year. To the current year for all the ledgers. For all the ledgers using transaction code. Using transaction code FAGL underscore. FAGL GVTR. Okay, all of you try to remember the point. In new asset accounting, we do have major changes, and if you don't observe all these things in interview point of view only, you will going to face a lot of problems. Okay, so and the main important thing that we have for the particular balance carry forward is errors. Okay, see, you will going to face a lot of errors, like you cannot determine the period for rule, if it is a 2023 year, so 2023 1305, that is 13 date 05 is the month and the 2023 is the year. Okay, so I think so, ma'am, you can just write down the errors, ma'am. First error is, all of you just try to remember the point. If you face any error like this, okay, no, under this thing only, you can just write down. Under this FAGL GBTR only, write down one thing: errors. Errors. You cannot determine the period. You cannot determine the period for rule. For rule. Any rule. Okay, if it is, suppose your name is Deepa, right? Sri Deepa. SD 2 space 2. No, 2 TO2. SD space 2. 2023 05 13. So that is the date only. Okay, so why you are facing this fiscal year and all right, all of you? Why? Because you have not ended the previous fiscal year. So that is why system will going to throw you an error. Okay, so that is the most important thing right now we have, and you can able to solve this error using transaction code OA 84, I think so. Yes, transaction code is OA 84. So to do, I mean, if you need to have the solution for this particular error, OA 84 is the main important thing. You got my point, all of you? Then next one is, second point is posting. I mean, second error is posting not possible in company code. Posting not possible in company code. What is your company code right now? And specify open fiscal year. And specify open fiscal year. So, I mean, you have to have the legacy data transfer, all of you, and you need to close this previous fiscal year in the transaction code FAA underscore CMP. Okay, then present fiscal years will be open. Okay, I mean, you will going to have the lot of points. I mean, when we do the configurations. Okay, the transaction code solution for this thing is transaction code FAA underscore CMP. FAA underscore CMP. FAA underscore CMP. Okay, and asset under construction, I think so we have written the points, and we don't have and here basic thing is, okay, I will try to give you the things when it comes to the process of asset under constructions. Don't worry. Okay, ma'am. Can you come down, ma'am? Complete down. I will give you the most relevant points to the SAP S4 HANA new asset accounting. Okay, and I mean, so these are the important things, but those things are not configurations. Okay, but when it comes to the end user point of view and all these things are very, very important. Okay, good. So the first point, you can just write down the first point now. Yeah, I mean, what you can write here, miscellaneous points. Miscellaneous points you can just write down. Okay, the first point here is display asset accounting documents. Display asset accounting document using transaction code AB03 and change asset accounting document using transaction code AB02. Display asset accounting document using transaction code AB03. So copy this thing and paste it in the second point. See, for your sake of knowledge only, I'm just giving you the complete things and all when it comes to the end user point of view. And change asset accounting document using transaction code AB02. AB02. The next one. The next one here is, yes, reverse asset under construction process. Reverse asset under construction. See, we have done in a manual way, right? But when it comes to the automatic way, you do have one end user activity, that is reverse asset under construction process using transaction code AIST. Reverse asset under construction process using transaction code AIST. Then next one is ma'am, reverse other asset document using transaction code AB08. Reverse other asset document using transaction code AB08. See, you have different types of company codes and you need to transfer the asset from one company code to another company code. OK, so using transaction code ABUMN. The next point is asset transfer within company code. Asset transfer within company code. Within company code. Using transaction code ABUMN. Using transaction code ABUMN. So you do have another pointer, that is end user activity only, that is intercompany asset transfer with the two company codes. Intercompany asset transfer within two company codes. Using transaction code ABT1N. See, all these things are real-time process, all of you. OK, and end user activities also. Try to understand the point and understand the transaction codes. I mean, they will ask you on the UAT testings. OK, what is the UAT testings that you have given on the particular asset accounting to your end users and all? They will going to ask you the questions. OK, so I mean, under this intercompany code asset transfer, we do have a lot of configurations, all of you. So that is the scenarios only, and I will try to tell you the scenarios. Don't worry. And asset retirement, a scrapping process, we know it very well. And the next point here is a seventh point. No? Asset subsequent revenue. How you can identify the subsequent revenue when you are transferring the assets to the next company code center. Asset subsequent revenue using transaction code ABNE with the help of transaction type TT type. With the help of transaction type 286. The help of transaction type 286. Good. The next one, eighth one. Asset subsequent cost. Okay, when you are finding the revenue, you will also find the cost, right? Asset subsequent cost. See, all these things are already I have discussed in the previous videos, but these are the automatic activities. OK, so we have done in a manual activity, right? So asset subsequent cost using transaction code ABNK. Asset subsequent cost using transaction code ABNK. And one more thing we have, all of you, and in the post capitalization stage. OK, what are the transaction types that you are going to do to calculate depreciation with the start of the current fiscal year, regardless of the value asset date? OK, you got my point? So that thing is you have to have the more focus. Ninth point is end user activities, all these things. Asset post capitalization. Asset post capitalization, not that posting, post before the post. Capitalization using transaction code ABNAN. Transaction types are 400. Transaction types are 400, 400 and 401. So 400 is automatically determined and 401 is used in case if you want to calculate depreciation with the start of the current fiscal year, regardless of the asset value date. You got my point, right? The next one is asset miscellaneous process. OK, asset miscellaneous process. Asset miscellaneous process using transaction code ABSO. So I mean, after the completion of the depreciations and all, you are reevaluating the balance sheet, right, of the particular asset. So balance sheet revaluation using transaction code, balance sheet revaluation, balance sheet revaluation using transaction code, ABAW, using transaction code ABAW, ABAW. And have you written the year ending closing under this balance carry forward FAGL go up? Under this thing, year ending closing. Okay, so I mean, if you are facing the error in transaction, if the company code is not appearing in FAA underscore CMP, you should check with the year ending closings and carry forward balance, and at the same time chart of depreciation is assigned to your company code or not. So that is the important thing. So if all these things are not assigned automatically in FAA underscore CMP, company code is not appearing. I mean, will not be appeared first of all. Year ending closing using transaction code AJAB, and the program for this year ending closing is RAJAB S00. Sorry, S00. AJAB, comma, program is RAJ, program is RAJABSOO using transaction code AC38. Okay, we will use the transaction code AC38 and enter the program, and you will going to have the whatever the year ending years that are there in this transaction program. And okay, can you come down, ma'am? See, all of you, major changes are like this, and can you go up, ma'am? Wait for 1 minute, ma'am. Asset report view on date 65. Okay. Okay. And this thing, ma'am, 22nd point, just put the A point. Display depreciation through the report. Display depreciation through the report. I will just write down in this S underscore ALR underscore 870-12026. Okay, then next one is view asset history. View asset history. View asset history using transaction code S underscore ALR underscore 870-12075. Copy that thing and paste it in this. And also we need to discuss more things on the major architectural changes that has happened in the new asset accounting. Okay. What you need to do is, ma'am, and at the 32nd point is architectural changes in new asset accounting. So where you can find the asset document headers in BKPF table. So you will going to have the table like A and EK. Okay, so architectural changes in new asset accounting. Architectural changes in new asset accounting. Under this thing, ma'am, just write down the document header. So under this thing, just write down the A point. A point is document header. Document header. Yes. So under this document table, what is the table, ma'am? ANEK, right? ANEK. Under the BKPF. Under the BKPF. Good. Then next B point. Actual line items here. B point is actual line items. Okay. So those things with, dealing with the ANEP, comma ANEA, comma ANLP, comma ANLC, comma ANEA, comma ANLP, comma ANLC. Under the AC doc hub. And then C point is planned depreciation and revaluation. Planned depreciation and revaluations. Planned depreciation and not the planned, planned, PLANNED. Planned depreciation and revaluation. ANLP, comma ANLC. Under the, I will try to write this thing, FAAT underscore in. You can just copy this thing, ma'am, and paste it in this. Okay, the next activity is, ma'am, year end depreciation. Okay. Sorry, year dependent attributes for depreciation. D point is just paste it that thing, ma'am, here. Year dependent attributes for depreciation. Yes, under the FAAT underscore YDDA. Okay, the next one is, ma'am, E point is statistical line item in FIAA. The under the one thing that is FAAT underscore DOC underscore IT. I think so. Yeah. Okay, so this is the thing that we wanted to discuss, and these are the major changes that has happened in SAP S/4HANA new asset accounting. Okay, don't try to what we can say. Don't try to remember all these things. Just try to understand the concept and remember the configuration. Okay. Just remember the configuration, and each and every configurations, there are a lot of fields that we can able to learn. Okay, so before you do all these things, you should have proper knowledge on the main configuration, implement things and all. Okay, so right now I am working with the greenfield implementation. Okay, that was done, and now I am in a rollout project. Okay, that is also done. Okay, I mean, my activities are done. So on these things, I have observed a lot of things in the SAP S4 HANA objects and on new asset accounting. I think so. I have uploaded all these things in YouTube also. Just try to have a look. And yes, from tomorrow onwards, we will going to start the, um, I mean, new asset accounting configurations in SAP S4 HANA. You will going to have a lot of errors and we will going to solve it.